G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a Queen Tested, a video series in Fallout 76 where I attempt to kill the Scorched Beast Queen and all of her mates during Scorched Earth using a specific legendary weapon. Today's weapon is going to be a little bit more broken. This is a Bloodied Minigun with plus 50% more limb damage, so Bloodied Crippling, and also Lucky with the VATS critical meter filling 15% faster. Critical meter, checkmate, Imperial system. Anyways, so I actually end up using VATS for a split second to clip her wing with one gun army, which sends her to the ground. The fight's pretty much over from that point. A very, very easy fight, as you've probably seen by the time, so I'll try to keep this brief so we can just get to the action, because there's not a whole lot of it in this video. So if you're not in the know, anything with limb damage and a super high rate of fire, miniguns, LMGs, Gatling lasers to an extent, give you a bunch of extra damage when you hit, I believe it's the same limb over and over. Just your damage springs up, and if you're firing at something like a Scorched Beast, it's noticeable, and even on a Queen you can get obscene amounts of damage. Just check out Angry Turtle's video where he just totally one-mags a Scorched Beast Queen using a Stalker's Fire LMG. I've got no idea how this is going to happen. I'm not going to, sit here speculating. I don't really know the why of it, but we're doing 158 damage. We don't have a prime barrel on this because Angry Turtle and Machete, they theorize that a higher rate of fire helps proc the damage thing more, which, you know what, it makes sense. If the game has enough trouble calculating the damage as it was already, adding more numbers onto the thing for the game to crunch might break it. So there's Heavy Gunner, all three of them, one in Bullet Shield, the rest go in Blocker, so when the Queen punches us, does little damage, and then Fireproof for defensive stuff, Tenderizer for extra damage, Stabilized, Nerd Rage for armor penetration, also accuracy and damage respectively. Got Action Girl and Dodgy, giving me a little bit more of a defensive setup there. One gun army for crippling the wing, bringing her down, and of course Bloody Mess goes there. Alright, let's send it. Righto, she's a bit foggy. It's not going to be too much of a problem though, because we've just got a minigun, which is odd. Now, I've dropped a nuke here previously. It was a previous attempt, but honestly wasn't happy with the recording, but it'll help me run a little bit of a theory that I've been cooking up about this thing, and I think that the conclusion that they came to was these weapons just kind of broke the servers somehow. They just, I don't know, they just didn't count properly, and obviously if you've got a little bit of latency to boost that, the effect could be a little bit more. You just saw it happen there, but it's going to happen on a much wider scale. So if I've already dropped the nuke, you can tell the servers act a little bit differently after you've dropped the nuke. So just pick up some adrenaline on these assholes. I'm thinking that if I do the double nuke here, and it'll be like twice the weirdness. Oh, and there's some random super mutants here. Well, those guys have automatic rifles. I can't see a thing. Luckily, I managed to catch her flying around there. So hits on the same limb. That's what we're aiming for, and aiming for not being staggered. I mean, we can get staggered. That's going to be fine. We've got a minigun. She's decided not to land. That's okay. We'll just continue shooting her, and I think I've stun locked her. That's interesting, and there's a little rad roach near me. No, I need her to land. I can't really show off the constant attacking if she's flying around, so that's unfortunate. This is what happened last time, actually. I sent it a little bit too hard, and what happened was... See, she's moving around. I can't quite possibly predict that. She's completely stopped. I've stalled her in the air. That is not what you want to happen. Fine, whatever. We'll just keep on going. We'll aim for the torso. Yeah, that is not 9 damage, game. Nuh-uh. That is not how 9 damage works. We'll get her mutated. She'll probably land a little bit later, but yeah, I've just managed to stall her there. There we go. That's got it. Thankfully, this time the ads aren't quite as aggressive as they were before. No, I'm gonna need you to land. Actually, let me just target her wing, right? Okay, that's upset her a little bit, I'm thinking. Yep, that's crippled. I've managed to cripple that limb. I've reloaded this thing. There we go. Now, the trick is here just to whack her in the face constantly and not get the barrel spin-up problems. Yeah, that helps. Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, not nearly as potent as a Stalker's Fire Rate LMG, as you can tell, but still doing the job. Still gonna be a quick Queen kill. There's not a whole lot of sport killing the queen like this. It's a super cruisy and easy way to do it, sure, but hopefully no damage over time comes my way. No. I mean, if you really want to cheese her and piss off other people, that's a Mirelurk lobster. No, it's a Snallygaster. The fog threw me off there. But yeah, I think I still managed to kill it faster with that assault rifle one time, and I know for a fact that that thing isn't bugged because it's not as noticeable as this. I think it's a fire rate thing the server can't quite possibly keep up. And then you'll just have a moment where you go, hello bear. Get out of my house, please. There we go. Yeah, not quite as potent as a Stalker's fire rate LMG. Got no bloody clue why it would happen like that, but whatever. And that is not a very good legendary drop at all. Have you ever noticed how absolutely useless in a fight the Scorched Mega Sloths are? I like how they took the artistic liberty of, you know, making these cool new creatures, but I mean, I'm not an expert on wildlife, but you can see why they died out. They're just useless. Okay, I think you get the point of this thing. It's just broken. Whether they fix this in the future, I'm not sure, because I don't know, maybe they'd have to do some weird damage calculations around the, like, I don't know, change a couple of mechanics and how damage is calculated maybe, but I actually don't know what causes this.